I've never been in a situation in my entire career where it felt so disjointed to be in the job market, to need a job, to be hunting for a job, for it to be so hard to find a job, and have all of the leaders, everyone around you. It's like they're trying to gaslight us, saying this is the greatest economy we've ever seen. We had the State of the Union that just took place, and the president said this.
Folks, my inherited economy is on the brink. Now our economy is literally the envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years, a record, a record. Unemployment at 50-year lows. A record 16 million Americans are starting small businesses, and each one is a literal act of hope. With historic job growth and small business growth for Black and Hispanics and Asian Americans, 800,000 new manufacturing jobs in America and counting. Where is it written we can't be the manufacturing capital of the world? We are, we will. More people have health insurance today. More people have health insurance today than ever before. The racial wealth gap is as small as it's been in 20 years. Wages keep going up, inflation keeps coming down. Inflation has dropped from 9% to 3%, the lowest in the world and tending lower.
And then we had the jobs report literally the next day. And it sounds like the president didn't know what the next guy was going to say because he said something different. The jobs report said this.
Morning, guys. Another jobs report, and the number came in above what Wall Street had expected. So 198,000 jobs is how many we expected to add in February. That would have been a slowdown from the December and January months where we saw over 300,000 jobs get added. Again, instead of 198,000 as expected, we got 75,000 jobs added. So really clocking in quite high above those estimates. Now, the unemployment rate did take up from 3.7% in the previous month to 3.9%. Again, don't want to read too much into a 0.2 of a percentage point increase in the unemployment rate, but nonetheless still impressive that we've been below 4% as we've been for over a year now. So pretty impressive on that front.
Here's what this really means. The president, we've created all these jobs. We've got this economy. We're building the economy from the inside out. And what the heck does that mean?
Building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down.
Building the economy from the inside out, the middle class out. I don't even think that's a real thing. They're making that up. That's fully political. But we're adding jobs all the time, aren't we? Oh, wait a second. All those jobs we had the last 2 months, we're going to correct those, and that's going to change.
Let's begin with some market reaction to the jobs number, not just the headline and the unemployment at 3.9, Jim, but revisions taking about a third away the last couple of months.
So this time it says we added 287,000 jobs. But guess what? Next month, they're going to correct that and say it's 187,000. I'm willing to bet you money. So let's break this down. I want to tell you exactly what happened in the jobs report. And then what's really curious to me is what the market is saying about the jobs report. So I want to show you that next. So what happened is job gains remained solid in February. Employers added 275,000 jobs. Now, every single month, they've been going back in time and correcting that. It doesn't make the headlines. So they went back to January's report. They went back to December's report and corrected those numbers down like a lot. And that's a big deal. The reason it's a big deal is if they had just put the numbers out correctly in the first place, then what that would have done is it would have signaled to the Fed, hey, our economy is kind of slowing down. You should bring those interest rates down. That's their whole freaking job, is to bring the interest rates down when the economy slows down. But instead, what we did is we got bad numbers from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. The actual unemployment number is nonsense, and it doesn't actually represent the people who are participating in the labor market. For example, unemployment just went up. It's the first time it's gone up in a while. It's been at 3.7%. It bumped up at 3.9%. Remember, if we're at 5%, that means 1 out of every 20 people you know doesn't have a job. Here's the real life situation. The labor participation rate is down, and it's down below 80%. It's in the upper 70s, I believe 79% now. So when the labor participation rate is down, and it's 80%, that means only 4 out of 5 people that you know who could be working are working. That sounds a lot closer to 20% than it sounds to 3.9%. But why is that? It's because the unemployment number is incomplete and you can't believe it. You can't trust it. Don't listen to it. What you really need to listen to in order to understand what's happening in jobs is the quits. I'll show you what this looks like in just a minute. When you look into the details a little bit more, the share of workers aged 25 to 54 rose for the second month in a row. Now, most of the people that watch this channel fit in that range. Most of my viewers are in that 25 to 54 range. What that's saying is we're seeing an increase of that. We're seeing more quits and retirees who exit the job market. And hopefully what that means is people coming out of college will have a better time finding jobs. Mid-career professionals will have better opportunities to advance, and we'll see this logjam stop. The bottom line in this market is a logjam. When you see the quits at the level that it's been very low. When you see the quits at a low level, that means that people are not leaving their jobs. They're not changing jobs when we would normally expect them to. The downside of this, the thing that I'm worried about, is that quitting is slowing down. So quitting has gone from, and I'm putting this chart up from Indeed right now so that you can see exactly what this says. The quits has gone down. U.S. labor market continues to cool off in a variety of measures. Quits tick down to 2.1% in January 2024. It's the lowest it's been since August of 2020. That's very low. Layoffs continue to be very low. And the layoff rate has been above the pre-pandemic low, 1.1%, since over the past 3 months. So what that's telling you is nobody's leaving. We're in a logjam. Nobody's going anywhere. What do we do? What do we do when we have all of our jobs locked up? What I'll tell you is I think this is changing. Remember, this data is a little bit behind. This data is looking at January, February, but we don't have any data on March yet. Here's what happens in March. People make it to the new year and we're doing promotion times for everyone. We're doing bonuses for everyone. We're going to see some more quits. We're going to see the quit rate bump up. This is the time. This is when I expect the market to kind of give us a little bit of a goose. And that's because people are changing jobs. We want that to happen. We want to lift that logjam out. Now, I think we're also going to see more retirees come through. If you're going to retire, you're going to wait until your bonus from the year before is paid, because if you leave before the bonus gets paid, then you don't get to collect that bonus. So people who are going to retire, they wait until right after bonus time to make that happen. Expect that to happen. We'll have an exodus here, a minor exodus, not a big one, a minor exodus in February, March timeframe, and perhaps into April. The other thing that happens is if you're looking for a new job and you want to change jobs, you don't change jobs right before you get a bonus. You change jobs after you get a bonus. So I expect that to happen. We'll get a little bump here. Now's the time to apply. Start looking for jobs. I'm starting a new series this week that points out some jobs to apply for, starting with some remote jobs that pay pretty well. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you'd be interested in seeing when those things pop up. I'm going to be doing those weekly. Jobs you can apply now for, give you links directly to those jobs in those videos. So make sure you're subscribing so that you know when that happens. All right, the market is turning. I want you to apply for jobs when they come through. A lot of people I've talked to have lost heart. They've stopped even trying. I talked to a guy this past week. He was like, listen, every job I've ever gotten, I've gotten because I knew somebody. So all he's doing is networking. He's not applying for a job until he knows there's a job that he can be referred to. And what I'd say is, I think that's one strategy, but I think you also ought to apply actively. I think you've got to go with the active hunting for a job as well. You've got to apply for 200 jobs now to get one. That needs to be a constant rhythm. You need to be in that rhythm. It's a numbers game today, man. I don't know why that is, but that's just how it is. All right, I want to hear from you what you think is happening in the economy. What are you seeing? What are you seeing in the job market? I can read the numbers. I know what's happening based on the data that's presented. And I've been doing this for a long time. So I'll tell you what I see from the data, but I'm not on the ground. I'm not hunting for a job. What does it feel like? What are you seeing? Tell me in the comments. I need to know your information too. I'll share it with everybody else. All right. As we wrap this video, I'm going to ask you to take one important action. I want you to take a look at your resume, customize that resume for the jobs that you apply. That's it. Customize your resume. I have a video that we're going to show right here. And right here, this video, this is the one that you use to show you how to use ChatGPT. It's absolutely free. Giving you the prompt, all you have to do is copy and paste it out of the description into ChatGPT. It will rewrite your resume for you for every job you apply to. I want you to do that. Over here, I give you some details about how to find a job. I want you to do that too. I'm trying to give you all the tools here that you need in order to find a job. Your job is to check out these things, find that next thing, find a better thing. Best of luck in your job search.